Hello, this is Morty again. Today we're going to go over a couple faction quests so you can kind of get around a little bit easier and not be so scared of going into certain zones. For me, I don't, it doesn't bother me too much going into different zones because I have a circlet of shadows, but I did want to show off how like Ixar could update their faction. The first thing that we're going to do is go to Rivervale. So I'm in Fire Pots and I clicked on that little orb there to get to Rivervale. Then we're going to go to Misty Thicket and I'm going to show you where you can do some turn ins. So the turn ins are just bandages, and regularly you could turn in, I think it's two bandages to get one faction. So I'll show you that when we get closer. And for this specific quest, I did test it, and I'll show you that as well. That you can do full stacks for EXP here, or sorry, not EXP, for faction. So, leaving Rivervale, you're just gonna take a left and go all the way to the zone wall, and there's these two huts. I put my guys of the Deceiver over here just so that I could shrink myself enough to get into this little hut. So we're gonna go. You could use shrink pot if you have it. We're gonna go talk to Jugal. And on Quarm, if you can't do the hand in because of faction or whatever, you can do a sneaker feign death uh, turn in. So I'll first start off just showing you the EX, or sorry, not EXP, but faction for turning into. You see, I got faction up here. I have it triggering off of one of the factions that's related to him. And I'm going to take that. I'm going to reset my faction real quick and turn it back on. And then show that if you do a full stack, um, that we'll get a lot more faction messages here. So this way, I know that you can do full stacks to this person. We'll check my faction without Dark Elf Illusion before we do these turn-ins. I'm indifferent right now. Uh, I'm just so used to doing the Feign Death turn-in. I guess I'll just do that. The nice thing about Quarm and Zeal is for some of the quests, and I'll like have to state that specifically, some you can do full stack turn-ins. You want to check them before you do them, just in case there's been a patch or a change or something like that that might make it so that you don't get your full faction when doing full stack turn-ins. So I know that last test that I did, this works for the red wine quest for Dark Elf faction, the muffin quest. Um, I've been told it works for some bone chick quests, but I haven't done them myself. And I know that it works for green goblin skins for Chardok faction. So I went from indifferent to kindly with however many I had in my bags for that specific quest. And then I just wanted to go into the zone and show you that you're not protected from everybody. So I'll show you a couple places to be careful of, specifically the Cleric Guild and Druids. But I'll go in and show you where that's at. And then after that, I want to go over a way for Ixar Necros to get their Priest of Innoruuk faction up. so that you can buy your tiny coffins without worry in the priest area in Neriak. So zoning in here, you can click off right around the bank area is fine. These guys I have no problems with. But when you go towards Kelethin, you got to be careful of this Rebo Leaf Sway. Um, he actually can cast like Wings Death on you, which is like I think it's a druid dot. And it really does a lot of damage, so be careful. I think he's 61, yeah, so be careful with him. And then you want to be careful of this cleric over here. She'll I think she'll attack you. I haven't ran over her way to test, but she was scowling as well. So the next quest that we're gonna do is a quest in Grob, and we're going to find a dark elf in Grob. And in order for me to start this quest, I had to use the guise. So when we go to Grob, where's that little? We're gonna use the guise to walk through the zone. So I'm pretty sure I'm still KOS to everything in here as an Ixar. Yeah, I'm KOS as the Ixar. But when I use my Dark Elf illusion, I should be dubious. Yeah. So the Dark Elf here is in this area of the map. So to get there, it'll take just a minute. Oops, wrong room. This is actually a really quick quest because it's like 200 faction for the turn-in, and it's just getting a note from this dark elf, which you hail her, and then you say, I am devoted to Innoruuk. And she gives you a note. Then we're just going to gate back to Firepots, and we're going to go to um, Neriak Third Gate, I think it is, where the Priest Guild is at. And I'll show you how, um, if you're Dark Elf form, you should be able to just use your guys, and do the turn in, but you can also do the FD turn in. So I'll show you how and where to do that. So before this quest turn in, I didn't realize that I was KOS to the um, Inner priests. And sometimes when you walk by the priest area, there'll be a guard that aggroes you. Like all these other guards are on the wine factions, either inner gate or outer gate, but there's a guard that paths here. And this guy, before I did the turn in, was KOS to me in Ixar form. So that he would aggro sometimes when I would run down this way. When you come into the priest guild, you're gonna take a left or a right, and then come right by this Verena. This lady, she would attack me when I would buy um, my tiny coffins if I wasn't like right up against this wall. But now my faction with her has improved. In this little room to the right here, um, of the coffin vendor, the priest guild leader is this person right here, and that's who we're gonna turn this note into. that we got from Grob, and this is like a 200 plus point faction bonus. So standing right in the doorway here, you can stand here and kind of turn your camera to be able to trade with them. You can also do the feign death trick if I had my whoops, wrong. So I feigned, and I'm just going to open the door here and see if I can manipulate my camera to see this person. Oh, the great thing too with Zeal is you can do slash trade and it opens up trade with your target. So um I do recommend getting Zeal, and I'll probably do some videos on Zeal in the future. I guess I should check to see what my faction is beforehand. So I'm dubious now, and then I'm gonna turn in this note, and I'm still dubious, but I guess the first turn in had a big bonus. But you can just go back and forth to Grob and just say, I'm devoted to Innoruuk, get the note, come back here and turn it in to get your priest faction up. So that's all I wanted to do today. Show a couple quests on how you can get some faction up with Rivervale so that you can bank there without any issues if you use fire pots. And then wanted to give Necros some info on how they can get their faction up, at least the Ixars, so that they don't get murdered if they try to buy their tiny coffins. That's it for today. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.